What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with some more comic book hauls. So yesterday, at the time of this video, it was yesterday, was the dawn, a rebirth, as it were, of New Comic Book Day. However, still things are very lax. I only picked up a couple of things on the New Comic Book Day list. Some of my things have been delayed, and so as these weeks go on, I'm sure that the new comic books will pick back up. But in the meantime, I've been continuing to pick up and fill in those back issue bins of the personal collection. I'm picking up big ones like this. So I picked this up on an auction last week, week before last. No, it was supposed to have come in. So it's been a couple of weeks that this was supposed to have come in. There's a 3.5. Previously, I had a 2.5. I'd sold it, and the 2.5 I had, it was split down here and looked like a rat had crawled at it. So definitely an upgrade on the, even as the 1.0, it still looks better, presents better. And this one's signed by Herb Tripp, or Herb Trippe, which was the first guy to draw Wolverine. I'm not sure what he had to do with the story other than that, but hey, he got it. And this is an old slab. I have considered cracking this slab and getting the giant size X-Men logo up here. The question I had, and feel free to post in the comments your ideas, but it looks like it could get a grade bump from a clean and a press. Just look at it, especially on the back. There's some, I think you can almost see it right there. The only deal is that this is a square bound book and it's glue instead of staples, so I worry, they can't really press it that well. Plus, with my deal from CGC's pressing company, which is where I'll have to send it to in order to maintain this, which is a crock, but in CGC's pressing company, tearing the cover off last time, I really wasn't interested in having a repeat of that, so kind of unsure. Posted it on IG, and somebody said, hey, look, just kind of look at it for a while, and then that way you decide, so you're not in a rush for nothing, which was good advice. But yesterday I did visit the LCS and picked up some back issues, like I mentioned. So this is X-Men Legacy 275, and so cool Mark Brooks cover. Dig the team picks like that. Picked up X-Men 25. Now you say X-Men 25 hologram cover. What's the big deal? So if you notice, this is the Error variant. This is blue, not green, like the rest of them were. I have a copy of this that's signed by Greg Capullo and Fabian Ciza. And so I got it signed, but this is a newsstand. It does have the bin down there, which newsstands were apt to do, but this was a blue, and only paid $3 for it, so got it on the cheap. X-Men number 7, Terry Dodson cover, and number 8, again another Dodson cover. Excalibur number 3. So Excalibur was one of those issues that when they were revamped, I chose to drop from the get-go. I got number 1, but didn't go past that. This is number 4. And if you'll recall, a while back, I had picked up some of the Dark Phoenix covers, and therefore there were Excalibur covers. And so I said, well, let me get the filler issues, and then I'll look and read it up to that point and see if it's a keeper. X-Men Legacy 250, a Miko Cyan variant, pretty cool. X-Men Legacy 210, David Finch, that's part of that connecting cover that they did for that. X-Men Legacy 262, Mark Brooks, Rogue costume there. Sabretooth number 3. And so this and that Blue Error variant and a couple of the other ones I'm going to show you in a sec were in some books. I guess they had bought a collection. They haven't priced them yet. And he goes to the Overstreet price guide. And so, if you end up finding one that's got a lot of steam lately, you'll do pretty good. Pay $3 for that. Batman Detective Comics 1000. I've been wanting to add this, but a lot of times there's a lot of smears and stuff on here because they don't board and bag them. Paid $5 for it. Then the big find for yesterday at the, well, let me get these other ones here. Astonishing X-Men #2. Emma Frost playing Guess Who? The Cyclops. This was the one new comic book that I got, Marauders 10. I've been saying that Marauders has been kind of hit and miss, And it's been so long since I read number 9, but if I remember correctly, 9 was one of those hits. 10 did not disappoint, so I like that they were showing Ice Man as a character, an Omega level mutant character, as opposed to some kind of statement. So that was pretty cool. And they've pretty much come to the conclusion that somebody can't be resurrected, at least for now, right? But I won't spoil it for you, just in case you're reading Marauders and haven't got to it yet. So the big find for yesterday at the local comic shop was this, and I took it out. It was still in the poly bag and had a 99-cent sticker on it, which was obviously dirt cheap compared to even back in the 90s. This thing was $10. Okay. And so still in the original poly bag, pulled it out, and really because I wanted to make sure that this was taken care of. So this is Harbinger Zero. So I mean, this is a $30 comic by itself. So I was happy to pick that up and add that to the collection. And you know I got to have a little Valiant love in there. So I picked these up on IG, and trying to remember the guy's name so I can give him a shout out. But this is Wolverine 1. This is one of the, this is the IG Comic Store exclusive, limited to 600. This is number 439. So it's kind of got the retro look with the logo and then Marvel Comics logo up here. Cool Jim Lee artwork. Maverick, he's about as 90s as it gets. Would apologize for the glare, but Bub's comic says never apologize for the glare. I got Omega Red, Sabretooth, so Dustin at Two Brothers Comics should be happy with that. And we got Deadpool and Wolverine, so glad about that. Oh, this was another one I got from the LCS yesterday. X-Men #5. This is that storyline where he was they resurrected Dracula and fighting alongside Blade. Wolverine #1. This is a throwback to the original Wolverine. Well, original full length series Wolverine 1. Not the Frank Miller come over here cover, but again, kind of a throwback to that one. So House of X #1. This is again an IG Comic Store exclusive. This is number 187 of 600. And the throwback labels covers. This is an Adi Granoff cover, so pretty cool. Then Powers of 10 #1. This is number 230 of 600. And this has the Age of Apocalypse versions of these characters on there. So that was pretty cool. And I read this one. This is Wolverine and Blade. Not a lot of depth to the story, but a lot of action, a lot of just jokes back and forth. So I really enjoyed the read, and like that cover. Pretty cool cover right there. You know, this one would be really cool to get, was it EGS to do a grade, and they have the labels that correspond with this. That would be a pretty cool addition there. So glad to pick that up. And that's what we got. So not an awful lot, but stuff is coming in every single day, and or every other day, depending on how the post office decides it wants to run. And just been filling in those back issues. I'm sure that'll slow down as the new stuff picks back up. But during this time, I've kind of used it to, in my mind at least, focus a little more on my collecting and what I want, what I don't want. I think there's a difference between reading it and collecting it. So like some of the indie stuff, I like reading it, but do I necessarily like to collect it? Because it is cheaper to read in a trade form as opposed to buying the single issues. you know, and these are things that I'm sure everybody in their collecting career have debated back and forth, and everybody's answer for them is different. I'm typically an X-Men and a Valiant collector for the most part. And then there's some nuances in there, like with Wolverine and things like that. But that's where I'm at. So tell me what you think about the pickups. I know I didn't mention this earlier, but hopefully you're still watching this video to the end, and you'll smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you know that when I drop videos like this, you'll be one of the first people to find out about it. I am at 351 subscribers at the time of this recording, and so only 49 away from hitting that 400 mark, and I appreciate everybody that subscribed thus far, and in the future for those who will be subscribing. Hopefully you'll share this video and this channel with others, and so they too will subscribe, so we can get to that 400 subscriber mark sooner rather than later. I have already put a video out about the 400 subscribers, telling you what you can do in order to win that 400 subscriber contest. And if you watch that video, you'll also see what it is that we will be giving away, at least for some of it. I'm sure that there'll be other stuff that I'll throw in when we launch that video, similar to the way I did with the 300 subscriber video. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch and share my collection journey, as it were, and hopefully everybody's staying safe out there. And till next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.